And then the company that we partnered with to sponsor that specific video also gave us a gift to give her. So we were able to surprise her with $1,000 at the end.
Yeah,
She
you
was
should
super
have saw
sweet.
me whenever before we were about to give her the money.
Mhm.
I was like jumping around,
excited. I was
so excited.
He woke me up in my room.
Oh, yeah.
Like woke me up from I was dead asleep and he woke me up and he's like, I had this idea. Like that was the first idea. He thought it was Blessing Boys.
Yeah.
For the name, we just stuck with that. And I was like,
Was Mom a big fan at first?
No, she thought it was like,
is that
yeah,
what
and it was the hottest day of the year.
Hottest day of the year, and it just happened to be on Blessing Boys.
My dad, whenever we came home from our football practice and doing Blessing Boys, he was like, how did you do it? Like, why?
Hey guys, welcome to the very first episode of the Blessing Boys podcast. Excited to have you guys here. And I'm also excited about my co-host today. Normally, in our yards, we've got 3 of the boys, but we've only got room for 2 of them here today. So the lucky chosen ones are my big boy, Judah,
What's up?
and also our oldest son, Ty.
What y'all doing today?
Awesome. So we're super excited to kick this off. You know, episode 1 is really going to be kind of like a getting to know us. This whole show is going to give you a little bit behind the scenes action. A lot of people ask, what do we like? What do we do? All those different things. They want to get to know the boys beyond the yard. So that's what we want to do. It's going to be fun, super lighthearted, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. I don't know, you guys in for that or what?
I have no idea. I have not prepared for this.
You mean you haven't been preparing for days?
I mean, the most I've done is pop, pop.
That's awesome. Well, you know, we've been talking off camera, and I think there's a little competition going on for who's actually going to be considered the co-host. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean,
I think, I guess, yeah, that's one thing. That's like when you got someone, you got to see a couple weeks in, whenever they do it, like 3 or 4 weeks in, like when you got someone, like when you're playing like fantasy football and you got someone and you got to wait a few weeks to see if you're like, they could be good, but then.
Yeah. So you're saying we got to just figure it out before the trade deadline?
yeah.
And you'll know too, because they'll be on way less episodes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Maybe we'll give it to the audience. We'll let the audience decide who's the
Yep.
official co-host.
You.
I don't know. Reading through the comments, Judah's pretty popular.
I mean, can't stop them. Yeah.
You're hilarious. So, boys, we've come a long way in 2.5 years. Man, we've been doing this for 2.5 years. We just crossed, I think a few weeks ago or a month ago or so, we crossed our 100th yard. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, yeah, and you don't really know what we do, like we started about 2.5 years ago, going out, me and the boys, and serving our community by transforming overgrown yards and teaching the boys how to work hard and serve the community. So it's been super fun. I can't believe it's been 2.5 years. Like, what do you guys think?
Feels shorter than that.
Yeah.
I remember in my mind I mark it because it was right before we went to Myrtle Beach one year.
Yep.
So I mark it like right before then. So it was in like June.
Yeah.
Right. It was in June or something like that. It was a while ago because Dad, he woke me up in my room.
Oh yeah.
Like woke me up from I was dead asleep and he woke me up and he's like, I had this idea. I couldn't wait till morning. I had this idea. And I'm like, okay. And then he told me everything about it. He's like, we're gonna call it Blessing Boys. He was like, that was the first idea. He thought it was Blessing Boys.
Yeah.
For the name, we just stuck with that. And I was like,
yeah, we never
I
like
first was like, all right, yeah, you can do that. And then went and play. Yeah.
Was mom a big fan at first?
No, she thought it was like, going to be like, it's another thing that we'll try, but it's okay. We can try it.
They're going to call me out, but I try a lot of new things. So
Yeah.
I get crazy ideas. And so maybe thought that was another one of those ideas, but it worked. We're having fun.
We're having fun, except for that one day that it was 105 degrees outside, and I had a headache the whole yard.
That was last week.
Crazy.
Texas heat. It's different. Hits different. And usually, y'all know this, but we all play football. So after practice, we have to go straight from Blessing Boys to practice on most of the days that we do
and it was the hottest day of the year.
Hottest day of the year, and it just happened to be on Blessing Boys.
My dad, whenever we came home from our football practice and doing Blessing Boys, he was like, how did you do it? Like, why?
Electrolytes, liquid IV.
I couldn't do it. We were all toast, us old guys, couldn't make it. So,
I mean, you're not that old.
don't tell him my age on here.
H.
I remember when I was your age.
Back in my day.
That's right. We had to walk to work uphill both ways in the snow.
Well,
And boiling hot snow both ways.
Awesome. So tell me this, 100 yards. What do you think was, give me your top 3.
top 3. I love the baseball field.
Number 1 got to be 17 million one because we got 17 million.
It's
I can't believe
actually
I wasn't in that.
It's actually at 18 million now.
It is literally yesterday I saw it and that's crazy. Definitely that one just because I mean we didn't expect that because that one was literally it took 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. Short yard, smaller yard, but it's much more the story because there was a lot of things that happened in there that made it a lot more emotionally interesting.
Yeah.
In the video, but definitely that one for me, probably not just number 1 because it was the biggest one. Then what would be another one? Baseball one was pretty good. I'm not gonna do baseball one because I kept hitting fire ant hills.
No, and also he had to leave in the middle because he had to go to practice.
I was in the middle. We were almost completely finished whenever I left because we were we'd done the playground and the thing, and then also half the field. So you only had to do half of the actual field left.
No,
and I
but
weeded around it.
We finished at about almost dark. It was
left.
Yeah.
Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this because our top video, it's easy to find. If you go on YouTube and you go most popular videos, our top one wasn't an extremely difficult yard to do.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I remember going past it, stopping, getting ready to go walk up to the front. And obviously, we record our things, our videos. Yeah. So I set the camera down. Dude, did not realize that the guy was standing on the porch. So if you go back and you watch this video, he actually it scares the crap out of me. Because I remember looking up and he didn't say hello. He didn't say how can I help you? I looked up and he said, how much do you charge? And I'm like, oh, we're here. We're right in the middle of the conversation.
Bro, if I walked out with you, that would be the funniest thing in the world. You would have saw me fall out on the ground.
He would have squeaked.
I would have squeaked like a rubber ducky.
Yeah, we were in the car. We didn't even know. I remember exactly what we were doing. We had just the night before watched Ninja Turtles or something like that, and we were listening to we were trying just for some reason we looked to find the soundtrack for it. So we were listening to some song. It was it was some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song or something like that.
Oh yeah, Vanilla Ice Ninja Rap.
Yeah, Ninja Rap. That was it.
Yeah.
It was the ones from the originals and the new ones, and we were just seeing what they had on them, and it was that one, the Ninja one, and so we weren't paying attention whatsoever. I wasn't even looking over there, so I had no clue that happened.
Yeah.
Then I found out after.
Yeah, but it was actually in the video. It was his sister that came home, and she was the sweetest lady I've ever met in my life. She was so thankful.
Yeah.
When she came up and realized what we were doing, and yeah, it was so cool. Those are yards that you just don't. You never know what's going to happen, or you never know what the people are going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another cool yard. This just popped in my head. You remember the yard that the lady we went? It was in Chapel Hill. In North Carolina, where we're from. We live in Texas now, but she had just gotten scammed. So the story is the lady.
Oh, I love that video. I forgot about that one. That was my probably top 2 or top 1.
Did you get to give her the money?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I thought you gave her the money.
No. I think I let him do it. Yeah. But anyway, the lady got scammed. So they somebody was supposed to do her yard, take care of it. She paid them ahead of time, and then they disappeared. And so she paid them and didn't get any of the work done. So her aide or her nurse's aide reached out to us to come help, and so we did. And then the company that we partnered with to sponsor that specific video also gave us a gift to give her. So we were able to surprise her with $1,000 at the end.
Yeah, you should have saw me before we were about to give her the money. Mm-hmm. I was jumping around, so excited.
Because that was the first time we'd ever done anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was just I felt so good to support somebody in that way, and it was just one of the best feelings ever.
I know, it was crazy because it worked out perfectly because she was I think in the yard we were going to give it, were we going to do that anyway with whatever yard we'd had, we were going to give the person money, and then it just happened to be that she literally had a reason for us to pay her back, so we could have done it and it'd be somebody and they're I mean, they're just like, someone who appreciates it but doesn't necessarily need it. But in that one, it was like perfect because she's like, I literally just got scammed for the same thing you guys are doing for me, and you're paying me back for what they took from me. I'm like, that's like perfect. That's exactly.
Have you ever heard of somebody to pay you to mow their yard? Like,
no, I've never had that happen.
and like you have to.
I wish if anyone wants to do that, I'm fine with that.
That yard was kind of annoying because we had to like cut tons of bamboo. Like,
oh yeah.
That bamboo.
It was a 3-week yard.
Yeah, it was a 3-week yard.
Was it?
We did it in 3 separate videos. Remember, because we did the front.
And then we did the bamboo.
And then
we did the bamboo,
tree.
but then we also did the tree. We chopped up that tree. We had to call our friends Rodney and Mitch.
That
to
was
come
it.
help
We did
us.
the front, then we did the front, then we did the back and bamboo, then we did the tree. And then I remember the bamboo was like crazy because you'd like chop it and it'd split into like 40,000 pieces. You'd hit it, it's like everywhere. That was a tougher one because it was like a forest of bamboo. It was like so thick. It was so thick, and we still got it done. But we were in like this kind of hilly area. There was like this where the road was, it like curved, so we had to kind of find space to put them down. And they were like super super long, but they were really light, so we didn't chop them up. So we're walking around with these like 30-foot beams, like
they were
of
like some of
bamboo.
them were 20-30 feet.
They were giant.
Yeah, and I didn't notice like bamboo can get thick, like really thick. But I didn't know. I always saw like pandas eating like bamboo, and I always thought they weren't hollow, but they're completely hollow.
Yeah.
But I don't know
how they
if
chew that. That's crazy.
Do pandas eat bamboo?
Yeah, bro.
We're sorry.
No.
He's never had a childhood.
I've never had a childhood.
Yeah, if you don't know that.
You can tell he did not pay attention in school.
He didn't pay attention with Elmo and everything like that. He wasn't watching because obviously pandas eat bamboo.
No, you know what it is I come from a time where if you wanted to look up something like that, it came in this like giant stack of encyclopedias that your parents kept in a bookshelf, and it was very very took a long time to go look that. You had to find the P. You had to go through the alphabet of the books, find the P, search for the panda to get information on that. We didn't have access to the internet, believe it or not, when I was younger.
Yeah, back then, if you didn't know something, you just kept on not knowing it. And you just
there was no Google,
because you could say absolutely anything, and no one could say for sure that you were wrong, unless they wanted to go to the library.
That's true.
No one wanted to do
Yeah,
that. So you could claim anything. That was a great time. That's why the 90s were so great.
I could say I'm the best football player in the world. Just believe it, and they would totally believe me.
I don't know.
Did you hear Columbus was actually?
I'm the best middle schooler.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even.
Be like, go ahead, go to the library, find an encyclopedia.
Yeah, the moon landing? Nope, didn't happen. They released that recently. You can try to look for that, but it definitely didn't.
Yeah. So tell me this. Let me think. You guys, when we first started the YouTube channel, like, what were your thoughts? Did you think it was gonna grow? It was gonna be like what it is today, or what were your thoughts?
I had no clue.
Not like what it is today, but I definitely thought that it was something because it was very new at the time. Like it was not. It was the niche was like untapped into completely yet. So when we started it, it was like very, very new. So I felt like we were getting into it at the perfect time. So
I was like a few people.
I was like,
that,
there's a chance. I definitely wasn't like, there's no chance, but I was definitely like, there's a chance because of how like fresh it was.
Yeah, for sure. I thought like maybe like we had a chance, but I didn't know it would blow up.
Because we've done YouTube before, so we knew how it kind of worked. And when you find something that's new, you know that at some point it's something that's new and on the rise. You know it's gonna, if you get into it at the perfect time, then you know it's gonna pop off at some point. You know.
Yeah. Some point.
At some point.
Yeah, for us, because we got like 14,000 views in like 3 days on our first video or something like that.
Yeah.
We thought that was crazy. We were like, that's why we kept doing it so consistently, because our first video did good in our eyes for the time, like for your first video.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So a lot of comments we get, like they're shocked because you guys are, you're Ty, you're 16, Judy, you're 10, Lennon's 13. Like typically when people see kids like your age, they're just playing tons of video games. They have no interest in working hard or doing anything like that. Like you guys spend hours out there. We do it once a day, or once a day,
Every day. We mow
once a week. We do it once a week, so it's not like it's a lot, but those days are
don't.
long, right? Like what do you guys like? What do you see? Let me think how to ask this. Like what makes you so different? Why are you cool with, you know?
Hold on, I gotta say something about that. Once a day, just go find it in a book in the library. Good luck with that.
In the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
What makes you guys different? Why do you choose to work so hard?
When we were little, we were like overseas or whatever. So we were overseas for like a lot of our lives when we were like younger. So everything there, like even if you had to like we just had to do like hard things a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. Like whether it's like hiking to get food or something like that, or like just hiking, like we hiked up like the Himalayas to go to like a village and stuff. Like, so we've been doing that from the beginning. Then when we first started, because Dad originally started, he had the business for like how many years? Like 3 years mowing.
2019. Yeah.
He'd been mowing for like a while, for a decent amount of time. And since he'd been the beginning, I'd worked with him in the summers and in other parts of the year, all that summer mowing just normal yards that we got paid for, and doing that just me and him. Like, and so I was already working for like I would already been working for a while. So for me, it was definitely like I'd been used to doing stuff like that. Like I was just used to it by that time, doing like manual labor or whatever. But again, it was something. It wasn't like I was doing like something I didn't enjoy also, because we like I really like that. Like when I put in my headphones or whatever and I'll listen to like whatever, and you get into it and it's just like, so like it's fun. And then seeing it from beginning to end, knowing that you made that thing that was so like such a problem to the person who owns it and made them something that they can even be like proud of.
Yeah. What do you think was because I like what you're saying. It's like, it's not that everybody just wants to go around and work hard for no reason just because you enjoy hard work. Some people do, but you get to see what you've done, what you've accomplished. It's very easy to see within a couple hours, you see a transformation take place, but even more so, you see the response of the person, the homeowner or the neighbor or the person that's affected by it. And it brings value to your hard work, right? So it's more than just hard work. It's actually impacting someone, and that could change their life. So what do you guys remember a certain, I know this is hard because we've done so many, but is there something you can think top of mind that a certain person that was affected where you kind of had that switch where you're like, wow, this is really, really impacting people?
Well, that one that we just did, it
just
was...
now is what you realize. You're like, wow, we did something good for somebody just now after like 2 years in. He's like,
No. This is just the one I thought off of the top of my head.
The one we did last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with the guy and his grandma watches us. No, not the one last week. It was the one with the guy. No, not his grandma.
His mom?
the guy
His
with
mom.
the pain, the nerve damage.
Yeah.
We pulled out that tree.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
We pulled out that tree. I felt good because like
Definitely
I knew that she like needed that, and that was like a super big blessing for her.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can tell when people come out and they try to help as well. Like they want to offer as much as they can, but a lot of people they're not able to because of a sickness or something like that.
And it definitely feels more rewarding when you feel like they like not deserved it, but deserved like help, but
they needed it.
They needed it, and were definitely like the right people for it. They were worthy, like because if you go and help somebody and they're just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was nice. It was like, you know what I mean? When you help somebody and they're like it almost feels like it doesn't matter too much to them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And
when you see someone that needed it so much, and that it matters to them so much that they care a lot when you do it, it just makes you feel like a lot more like you actually did something that really affected them in the long run.
Yeah. And sometimes we'll get complaints like if we do an abandoned house or something like that, people are like, it's just going to grow back and stuff like that. It's just like, what is your mentality? A lot of times we try, if we got into trying to only choose jobs, which we can't do, that are going to be the perfect person who needs it, who's going to be appreciative and stuff like that, we would never do yards, right? We just try to serve in general. And we pray before our yards when we go out that God leads us to the right homes and the right people. Sometimes people don't realize that a lot of these yards, even if they're abandoned, it could affect the neighborhood if it's transformed. I think there's some really cool.
That's the ones that are abandoned are sometimes the best one because their neighbors are like, I hate this. Thick Springs and wild animals. They're like, I have rats in my house now because my neighbor's yard is overgrown or whatever.
Yeah. So it still affects people. And people are like, well, the grass is going to grow back. I'm like, well, so is your hair. Like, you still cut your hair, you still shower. Yeah. Even though it's gonna grow back or you're gonna get dirty again. But it's about like really stewarding and taking care of your neighborhood. You do this once a week and it compounds. And after a couple of years, you've got hundreds and hundreds of transformations. And there's a lot of yards. Do you remember the ladies that we helped that were back in Burlington in North Carolina on the way from our house to Grammy's house? And we get to drive past there a lot of times and see that they're keeping up. The lady that we helped fix her mower.
Yeah, because we did her house and then the one across from her that like used to be her parents or something, but she has a friend living in now.
Yeah.
That one, that's what I was going to say because we actually like got to know her. And she was one of those people where she was just really nice and she completely I'm so glad that she was the person that we like did that.
That was Lucky the Turtle. Do you remember that?
Lucky the Turtle. Oh yeah.
We did.
By the way, I saw someone said I wanted to name it Bardis. Someone in the comments said name it Bardis, and I was like, we have to do that.
Bardis.
But we said most popular comment, and it was like, what was it? What did you say it was?
Lucky.
Which I do really like because it's definitely appropriate for that name. But I love Bardis.
Yeah, and that lady was really nice. But one thing about that yard that stood out to me was the what do you call it? It's
cactus.
The cactus.
Oh yeah.
I still have thorns in my gloves from those.
Yeah,
cactus.
sometimes I'm like, what is that? Oh,
I don't wear a specific. There's a specific pair of gloves that we have that I try not to wear because they're cactus quilt like spines in them.
Oh, yeah,
and
I had to pick out like the stuff from the weeds that were in the cactus and stuff like that. So they're all in my hands, and we got like cactus proof gloves or something like that. We had gloves that were like cut proof or whatever.
Yep.
And they didn't work.
Yeah, because they're made to protect like big cuts and stuff
big
like
cuts.
that.
So we
but
thought
when you have
they'll work great for the little spines. And the spines stuck to them so well. It almost felt like they're like a magnet to them.
Yeah, but I had so many thorns in my pants. Like,
in my pants.
Like if I sat down, it would be like something I just sat on like nails.
But it was only like one little part of that yard that had those cactus. But they were.
But they were.
And then I weed eated them sometimes on accident, so they would like have spines shoot all over the place. And we're like, oh.
That would be kind of like a.
That was a tougher one, but it was like probably my favorite one.
Yeah, that would be kind of like a fun game. Like somebody weed eat it, and you gotta.
It's like saying throw a rock at me, I'll try to dodge it. That's not a fun game.
I mean, if you're okay with pain, then I guess. But I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's all right.
That would be fun.
Yeah, no, that's good. No, it's exciting. I'm excited to continue to do it. The thing I love about it is we enjoy it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, you guys are talk about me getting old. You guys are getting old. Ty, you're driving now, bro. What is that like?
Oh, so good. It's so good because I have to get around a lot. Like with football, I always have to drive like really far to get to it. Like back in North Carolina, I had to drive like an hour and 15 minutes every day for practice. Mm-hmm. And I knew it was always a hassle to figure out rides or whatever for me, which would usually be me, but I couldn't drive by myself. So then mom and dad would have to like go out of their way to just get me to practice or whatever on time. But now it's way, way easier. I still have to drive kind of far. It's like 45 minutes to practice here. So now that I can drive by myself, it's like not a hassle. I don't have to like get home. We get home and then we have to all eat dinner together at like 9:45.
No, some nights we had to eat dinner at like 12 o'clock.
12 at night, yeah, because practices would run late and traffic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was So that's probably one of the biggest things, and that I can like take them out whenever like mom and dad need to do something in the house or whatever, or just need some time or whatever. I can just take them. We can just go around. Like we'll be on the highway and I'll be like, we should just go look at what's over there. We won't know what a building is, and we'll just like, let's go in that building and just see what it is. We did that. There's some place called Firefly or something around here, and we don't know what it is.
It was behind Firefly.
No, I'm talking about Firefly.
Oh, yeah.
We'd seen it from the side, and we're just like, what is that? It just looked like a cool building, and we're like, we were driving by it, and I was like, we're going in there. And they're like, why? I'm like, I want to know what it is.
Why not?
I was like, why not? And then right behind that, we found this giant like sports complex with like a football field, two ice skating rinks, and like pickleball and everything. And I was like, see, guys. I had a point. We would never known this was here if we hadn't go see whatever. We still didn't find out what Firefly was.
I mean, I don't then we would never know.
We wouldn't know as soon, though.
Yeah.
But you also don't know if we would have never known.
I mean,
if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, I mean, we did get kicked out though. They said I could. They said you had to be 18.
Yeah.
To be able to be in there by yourself. It was just like a sports place.
To
I
play
was like,
pickleball? 'Cause I think there's a lot of people are getting injured playing pickleball.
I love it. I was a hater, definitely.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I was a hater.
I guess it can get extreme.
When I first heard about it, I was a hater because I go into like places and they'd be like really like rich country clubs or something. And it felt like something that like old rich people do originally.
Yeah.
Which I think it originally was, because pickleball's been around for a while, and I think originally that's what it was. You'd only see it in like crazy nice neighborhoods. They got this pickleball court over here to the side, and you're like, why not a basketball court or something like that?
Yeah.
And then we tried it.
And it was pretty fun.
It was. I love it.
I mean,
I
play it a lot.
enjoy it.
I can't hate on it now, but I mean, still, like, Ty's work, like, there were some people that were just like, these basketball people over here being
Yeah, that was
too
one thing. I worked at a
loud.
Sportsplex, and the pickleball people, they played pickleball on 2 basketball courts, and they were always mad that basketball had 2 more time slots. That basketball had more time slots than pickleball, and I'm like, it's called a basketball court for a reason. It's not a pickleball court. It's a
Right.
basketball
That's
court
true.
that seconds as pickleball. But yeah, I tried it, and because that's the main reason why was the people at the place where I'd like worked, this like sports thing. Just a few of them would like gave me kind of like a bad reputation for pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
But then because they were like super into it, would like show up early and like practice like on the side of the building, and we were like, you can't be doing that. And then I was like practicing pickleball, like it's just a for fun thing or whatever. Then I like actually tried it, and I was like, I could totally get into this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cause
You-
like if there were like high school pickleball teams, I would be on a pickleball team.
That's interesting. You think that'll happen?
I hope
Probably.
so that'd be pretty sweet. I'd rather play that than tennis.
They're breakdancing in the Olympics now, so you never know. How long before pickleball becomes an Olympic sport?
It should. I would. That's the only thing in the Olympics I would watch. Honestly, I wouldn't. I don't watch it. I don't really pay attention to the Olympics as much, except for basketball.
It might be the
Probably
only
pay attention to that.
part of the Olympics where you would see people over 60 years old in the Olympics.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be crazy. Actually, if you made other than shooting, they have shooting now, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
There was a
Shooting.
skit I saw, and it was shooting. It was showing all the Olympic athletes. They're training together. They're like, I'm training for like the 400 meter or whatever, and they're like training for all their like elite events. And then this guy with like a big guy with a handlebar mustache walks in there, and he's like, in the gym, he's like trying to talk to him, like talk Olympics with him, but he's just a shooter. So he's like, he goes in there to work out, and he pulls out these little weights and starts weightlifting with his finger while they're like training for a marathon. And they're like, yeah, I've been training for years for this. He's like, well, I've been shooting my gun a lot in the back, and like this guy. It was so funny. I was like, I didn't think about that, having like all these elite athletes, and then the guy who's like, I mean, I trained my trigger finger, and that's about it, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like whenever he did it, he was like, can you count for me?
I was like, can you spot?
1,
Can you spot me?
2, 3. Okay, that's all I got.
He's like,
And then he's like, I'm
straight
gonna.
it.
He's like the other guy that's training for the marathon. He's like, I'm gonna go over here. He's like, oh yeah, that wasn't totally the whole workout, you know. It
Like,
was
that
just,
wasn't my whole workout at all, or whatever. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
that's a sport. If you're like not an athletic build or whatever, or just like didn't get the genetics to be able to like be an elite athlete or whatever. If you just
It's a nice way to put it.
yeah, if you're just unfortunate enough to not be able to like go pro at some, which most people aren't, go pro at like some
Yeah.
crazy sport or whatever, get into something where it's like shooting or chess or something like that, something that your actual physical body doesn't count on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If you enjoy it, of course.
yeah. But wait, is chess an Olympic sport?
I'm not sure if people just got encouraged or insulted, but great job.
Yeah, great job, Tom.
If you're not built different, you're not. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Chess.
well,
There's always chess and shooting,
In shooting,
or both. You
if
can
you're not,
shoot.
if you're not an athlete, just do that. I mean,
That's right. Yeah.
there are though. I mean, what's a sport that's like not
Curling.
curling? You get.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I don't think it's a sport, or it shouldn't be.
no, it's in the Olympics.
Apologies to any curlers out there.
I'm sorry. That's.
Do you really know what it is?
Yeah, I do. It's where you do the little
Yes,
thing and they
yes,
sweep it and
yes.
try to get into the circle.
Let me ask you this: is just the person who kind of, I don't even know the name for this stuff, sends the thing down the ice. Is he the athlete, or what about the broomer?
Him. I would say he's the team captain. They're like the equivalent of
like bobsledders.
Yeah, like they're the equivalent.
It's like a team sport, but not.
They're much. I'd definitely give all the credit to the guy sliding it, because they might affect a few inches, which I don't know how much they have the ice jacked up.
Have you ever heard him scream at those sweepers? Have you ever watched like a real match? Yes, they're like screaming at him, like go 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 go, and they're lighting it up. Crazy. Yeah, it's intense.
That's the only reason that I say that I don't think curling should be not in the Olympics, but as much of an Olympic sport, is because it took forever for them to get skateboarding in the Olympics. But they had curling in there before skateboarding. Like, I feel like that's much more
to their defense. I think a lot of times we as Americans look at like just kind of what we find popular, not realizing that there's all kinds of other sports that are much more popular in the rest of the world.
Yeah. Which skateboarding, which I guess that would be more nationally, or even like what's like sumo wrestling. I feel like I would take that over curling as a sport, you know. That's pretty crazy. I've actually watched. I don't know why I got on. I just wanted to know what it was, so I saw this like video, and it was just like professional sumo wrestler breaking down movie scenes about sumo wrestlers, and he was like just telling you all the techniques and stuff they try to use. Like he'll see a guy, he's like, see, you wouldn't use that technique in a real match. You put your thumbs like this when you grab the person, and it was like the weirdest thing. And I was like, okay, this is like a thing.
Yeah, and also there was
they're athletes. Those sumo wrestlers are. Most of
you know that we love the Bills, so like we're full blown out Bills fans. So we actually signed
Bills Mafia.
Yeah,
break some tables.
We actually signed a Olympic professional sumo wrestler.
That's true.
Sumo. Whoa.
Wait, what was it?
Wrestler.
He was just a wrestler.
He actually just got.
Hey, that would be legit. A sumo wrestler, bro.
Dude,
put him on the line.
They would actually like, because not like I saw their regimen. Like they can do full splits. Like they're some of the most flexible people you'll see. Yeah. And then they also like very fast and great endurance. Like their regimen is like one of those ones you hear about in like ancient Greeks, how they trained for the like the Spartans or something like that. It's like that style stuff. Like I think they could last. But about that Bills wrestler, he just got cut today.
Yeah,
like 15
sadly,
I was so
him.
disappointed. I really liked him. I saw a video of him doing a round off backflip.
Really?
He did like a round off backflip and just a layout. Like he literally just like no bend. He just did one.
Bro, that's so cool.
And he's like 275 pounds, like big guy.
That's actually really impressive.
I'm like, I can't do a layout. Period. And he's doing it like after it was like what he did as a celebration for winning the Olympics. He has an Olympic gold medal. That was why it was so big.
Yeah.
He wanted to be the first athlete to get a Super Bowl ring.
That would be...
Yeah, think about this though. He wanted to be the first athlete to have a Super Bowl ring and Olympic gold medal, and he went to the Bills because he wanted the Super Bowl ring.
Interesting. All right. Well, I've got a couple rapid fire questions for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go back and forth.
Rapid fire session.
And then I got a surprise at the end.
Rapid fire.
Top 5 dad jokes. And I'm gonna let you guys rate them. Okay.
Top 5 jokes.
All right. Favorite food?
My mom's lasagna. Or no, pizza.
Just insulted mom. Pizza. I'm just kidding.
No,
so which one?
Pizza's good. Pizza.
Pizza. Okay.
And then
Fast food or your mother's cooking? Mom's cooking. Fast food. Oh, no.
What's yours? Favorite food?
Pre-vegan, because Dad's from Buffalo, New York. Pre-vegan is buffalo.
They might not know what kind of diet
vegan
you
is
eat.
you can't eat
we're
meat
vegan.
or dairy.
So we don't eat meat we don't eat an animal or whatever comes from an animal.
Yeah.
It's nothing weird. We're not
weird.
Yeah, we won't.
It's just health. It's health reasons.
And we don't want to force it on you at all.
Sure. You eat a lot of plants.
You have
but
to.
I'm
do
gonna die
that.
at 98. Just saying.
Cool. All right. So favorite food? In general, yeah.
In general, Mexican food. So probably like tacos. When we do like the giant all over the table and do like nachos.
Table nachos.
Table nachos.
Nachos are good.
Cool.
It's way better when it's not on a plate.
Judah, superhero or villain?
Joker.
You stole that from me.
Joker. No, hold on. Joker.
I just told you that the other day.
I don't know. Joker or what's it called? Hulk.
Hulk, yes.
The question is, would you rather be a superhero or a villain?
Oh, superhero for sure, because everybody would like me.
I don't think you quite understood the
superhero for
question.
sure. Because don't think about it. If you fail, you're going to jail for life. If you're a supervillain, not just a villain. If you're a supervillain, you're doing something pretty dastardly. You're gonna like.
Did you just use the word dastardly?
I thought about it before I said it. I'm like, should I say this right now?
I have never heard that
But
word.
yeah, about the Joker thing, I literally told a bunch of people the other day we were talking about, and I was like, actually, the Joker is my favorite like person in the superhero kind of thing, and everybody hated me for it. I was like, I just like the Joker.
No,
he just stole that from me.
No, hold on. One reason that I like the Joker a little bit better than I did before is because we went to Six Flags recently, and the Joker ride was my favorite ride.
I didn't get to go to that. I had football practice.
Hey, got to make sacrifice. All right, last two questions. Morning person or night owl?
I have no idea. What does that mean in general?
Are you more of a morning person or are you better like at night? Do you like it more at night?
I like it more at night because I feel more cozy.
Night cozy?
Not when you're in bed. Like, do you like to stay up late or get up early?
I like to stay up late, but like in the mornings, I'm just like my hair is crazy.
So you like the evening
it's like
vibe?
That at night too, though.
Like you just feel more relaxed, like end of the day.
I mean, I feel more relaxed whenever I'm probably at nighttime. But if I'm still in the bed in mornings,
okay. All right, your new nickname is Cozy.
When he wakes up, it's like.
Oh no! Come on!
Like he's like he looks like a zombie. Like when he gets up, so I'm guessing night. But he's good at falling asleep quick. So I think
what about you, Ty?
I like taking
If you
showers.
say morning, I might have to hit you with one of these sandbags.
Yeah, I like it when right after I'm up. Once I'm awake, I like being up early better.
Okay.
Once I'm actually awake, I don't like to be like I'm gonna get up at 4 a.m. today. I don't feel good in the moment. But once I'm up, I'm like I'm already started. Everyone else is still asleep, and I'm getting things done. But I think I do like to stay up late.
I'm a go-getter.
I'm a go-getter.
And also, whenever like I wake up at like 2 a.m.s for like flights or something, I'm like not tired.
I like that actually.
Yeah, like I'm not tired. I'm just like wide awake. Like
you just grab the day by the horns, you know.
Yeah.
I think if I started waking up at like 5, I would like it.
Sorry,
eventually.
what does that mean? You gotta remember, I'm still like the youngest generation.
It just means like you're just taking a hold of the day. So you're not, when you wake up and you feel behind, like it's not that. Like you wake up, you take control of the day, you kind of accomplish things really early.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah.
what
All
I
right.
like about it.
Last question. Favorite thing to do on the weekend?
Weekend favorite thing to do?
Skydive, haven't done it yet, but I know I would like that. No,
Wait, what did you say?
Skydive.
Skydive.
It would be if I could, okay?
Bro,
Okay.
why does it have to be 18? Like,
And not in Mexico. I could do it right now. We're not that close from the border.
So you're shocked that you have to be 18 to jump out of an airplane?
well, I mean,
If you're tandem-
you're with someone.
If you're tandem, I get it. There's dogs that have skydived, and they're
Yeah.
probably like 3 years old. Like they couldn't be past. The dog's probably not past 18. That's skydiving. So, but something that I actually like do pretty like enjoy doing on the weekends.
Do you think if you dress up as a dog, you could get away with it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, this is. I was listening to a podcast actually, and they were talking about it. There's a guy who had a dog. He made a 10 grand dog costume, and it looked so much like a dog. And he didn't even sell it. He just made it because he wanted to be a dog. So he walks around in public and gets people to pet him.
How much time do you have on your hands?
Because he wanted people to pet him.
All right, so this one's gonna go quick. Okay, got a couple dad jokes. 1 to 10. 10 is just horrible. Never say it again. 10 is absolutely hilarious. You should use it everywhere you go.
Hold on. You said 10 is absolutely
You said
horrible.
10 is the worst and 10 is the best, I think. On a scale of 10 to 10, what's the best?
It's a little trick, a little sleight of hand.
Probably 10. I would go 10,
1 is the worst.
Okay.
10 is the best
The
joke
best.
you've ever heard. Okay,
Kinda
ready?
Like machis.
Ready? You might know some of them because I rip. I give you guys a lot of dad jokes, so
I
you might know
rip?
the answers
Hold
to
on.
He does some
But
on the spot.
with that into account, okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Before he said that, he said, I rip them a lot.
He rips a lot of things. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Whoa! This is episode 1. Okay, you guys act like you don't ever have gas. All right. Why don't skeletons fight each other?
Because they got.
Because
I know I've heard this one before.
if they fight each other, they'll both fall down.
Because they've got no guts.
That's it.
I knew it.
All right, 1 out of 10. Let's do this quick.
7.
Because they got no guts. I'm gonna say 10 is very high for me. So I'm gonna say a good joke would be at like a 4 or 5. So for me, an average joke is 4 or 5, and that's still a good joke. That means it made me laugh. So I'm gonna
maybe
go
like
4.
5. Maybe,
I'm gonna go 4.
Maybe
Okay,
6
fair
or
enough.
5.
Fair enough. Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
I've heard this one.
I haven't heard this one. Why is Scarecrow win? I'm good at guessing jokes. I can break them down. I break
Yeah.
them down in my mind.
One time a
It's
story.
a good way to ruin a joke. No.
It is though. That's why I don't. And then I don't end up laughing.
One
at them,
time
and
my
I'm like, I ruined
dad
it.
barely
You
started.
gonna let me get to the punchline?
No, okay, you go. I
Trying
have
to guess
no
them.
idea.
Because he was outstanding in his field.
I like that. That
Wait,
was a good
hold
one.
on.
Go
What
for
did you
this
say? I
outstanding
don't
in his field.
understand it.
Why did the
His
Scarecrow win an award?
Because he was outstanding in the field.
In his field.
In his
Like his field, like his job, like whatever he was doing.
I don't like that.
Well, it's because you didn't get it. That's not his fault.
2. That's it. 2.
I'm gonna go 7 on that one. I like
2.
that one.
Don't say that ever again.
All right, two more. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Because they're in the air.
Because there's no P in it. There's no P.
No,
In the names.
There is.
Pterodactyl. No, there is a P. So that would be.
Do you?
Wait,
There's no
wait.
P. I just said there's none. I know it has something to do with the P.
I'm sorry, we're homeschooled, so just give us a break.
Hey, the fact that I knew it had. Listen. I knew it did. I just did opposite though.
All right, because the P is silent. Oh,
That's it. That's what I was trying to think of.
All right, last one, grand
You
finale.
didn't let us.
Oh yeah,
read
yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay.
That was
1 out of
3.
10.
I didn't like, that one.
I'm gonna go 5 on that one. That's in the middle.
Okay. I thought it was pretty good.
I'm gonna go in the middle. on that
Judah?
one.
I
I
said
think I
3.
ruined it by trying to get. I think me saying there's no P in
All right, grand
pterodactyl.
finale. Grand finale. You ready? Drum roll, please.
That's a weird. I sound like a bee.
Drum roll, please.
Bumblebee, please. Okay. All right. That's a whole nother podcast episode. We can talk about my favorite movie
Show him the tat. Show him the tat.
Show them the tat.
right here. The Bee movie.
Barry
B. Benson. Okay.
And everything
Shout
he
out to
likes.
Jerry Seinfeld if he wants to hop on the podcast at any time. We want you here.
The offer's on the table. All right. Let me
It's on
get
the
to
table.
let me get to this. All right. Grand
Everybody just
finale.
DM him, please.
Why did the golfer bring 2 pairs of pants?
Because there was
Because
a hole
all in
in
one.
one.
In case he gets a hole.
In case he gets a hole in one. I'm going 7 on that one too. I like that one. The first time I heard that, I
The
thought it was
first
pretty
time I
funny.
heard that one, it was pretty good. I'm going like 7.2.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That was one I like.
All right. Well, I had a blast hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
One person that we missed today,
Who?
It's
London.
London.
London, the other blessing boy.
Oh, the middle child.
Yes, the middle child.
Hey, I'm a middle child too, but I don't get forgotten.
That's true. We've got
Because
four,
when you were
four
you
kids.
were the baby for
Yeah.
the youngest for like
I'm
a
the
long
younger
time.
middle
Yes.
child.
Well, we will be rotating, so you're going to get to see all the beautiful faces of all the blessing boys
I
on
mean,
future episodes.
There's only
so-
one beautiful face in this room. I mean, 2 beautiful faces in this room. And we
Barry
all know
Benson and me. Barry Benson on Dad's arm and me.
You guys, yeah.
I don't
He
understand.
said there's
you.
2 beautiful faces. Barry Benson on Dad's arm.
I get
and
it.
me.
I don't
got it.
understand.
I got
you.
it.
No,
Drum roll,
Tony
please.
Sopranos on the other.
All right. Well, as this episode comes to a close, thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on this episode. We really appreciate it. So appreciate the support, all your comments, all your engagements, everything you do to encourage us and keep us going. Super appreciative of that. And yeah, look forward to the next episode. We're going to bring London in here and you can get to talk to him a little bit. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Comment down below what's your favorite donut and howdy.
I was about to say he wasn't going to say howdy. I was going to say it for him. I was like, I'm going to steal that catch line.
Got
Just how you stole something.